Hi guys, if you can hear me, that means you just tuned into a top-notch lifestyle podcast. This is After Class Podcast Season 1, Episode 3. And today we are going to talk about friendship fallouts.
We are taught that learning happens in school, within the four walls of a classroom. But life has lessons no textbook can teach, and that's what we're here to talk about. This is the After Class Podcast, where the real talk begins.
Why? And you love your name. Yes. Who are you?
I have someone special with me here today. Her name is, what's her name?
Well, I go by Emily Moore, but the short form is Mimi. So
When you hear Mimi, you think it's like Mirabelle or Miracle or something. You think it's Mirabelle, Miracle or something, but it's actually, I still cannot pronounce it.
which is why we just stick with Mimi, please.
Anyway, so how was your weekend or your week rather? Because this is a Friday actually. So
Well, it wasn't a stressful week actually. It was just school, trying to catch up for exams, and just few things that wasn't a stressful week actually. How do you feel?
mine was mine was fine. I was trying to catch up with school too, because like I have not been reading like for the whole semester. So I was trying to catch up with evidence, and I'm still in documentary evidence till now. I think it's a very boring
I
topic.
guess that
I
is
do it.
cool, but let's not say it out loud.
And I was like, okay, it's not yet 1 month to exam, but it is now. So yeah, hopefully we're able to catch up.
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
I actually think we will.
So okay, I think like the first thing I want to ask is, do you remember your first friendship fallout?
Oh, actually, yes,
Mhm.
I do remember. And funny enough, I still remember how it felt, right?
Mhm.
When it happened. And this one was okay, it was in my secondary school. I
Mhm.
think junior secondary. Fresh into boarding school because I went to a boarding school. So fresh
Okay.
into boarding school, I just saw this girl that went to the same primary school
Oh, wow.
and we just hit up, right? And it was nice to begin with. And then all of a sudden she just stopped talking to me. And that time when you are young, stop talking to you.
Mhm.
I felt like my world was crashing. Like I legit approached her, right?
Mhm.
Asked, what did I do wrong? Why don't you
Mhm.
want to be my friend anymore? And she
Mhm.
was like, nothing. She doesn't just want to be my friend.
I totally get it because I've actually been there before. Like it's like when someone switches up on you. But do you think like it's probably because she never wanted to be your friend in the first place, and then like it was just like, oh, this person has come to me, so I can't really like tell them off until she just got tired and she's like,
You know,
nah.
as I kept reasoning it, right?
Mhm.
And the older I got, I just realized that maybe I was just what she used to maybe just while away time when she found a friend she wanted to be friends
Oh,
with,
okay. So was
right?
it like she like found someone else? Like was like
She
when
had a whole other clique
okay.
that she got with, and then I was just there because I was quite tiny in
Oh,
school.
okay.
Okay. So I don't really feel like it had anything to do with me. I felt like it was just her. I wouldn't put all the blame on her anyway. But at that point, I really didn't do anything. She
Mhm.
just stopped talking to me. And then I was even trying to, what's up? What did
Yeah,
I
I
do?
know what happened.
But
I get it. My first friendship fallout was actually in primary school. And it was when I was like 5 years old, 4 years old. I still remember it till today. And sometimes I'm like, do I have a problem? Like, is it a problem that I still remember it? But I still remember it, and I think it's a nice story. So there was this girl, yeah, she was my best friend. She's literally the first best friend I still remember to today. I still remember her name and how she looks like. But if I see her today, I'll probably not know that it's her. So we were best friends, and like we're in nursery school, we're classmates in nursery school. But then we now got into primary school because like our nursery school is different from our primary school, but it's the same like same school but just different. So we got into primary school, and then we're now in different classes. Like we're in the same class with different arms. You get? And you know that in primary school, when you're in different arms, like you're not allowed to go to the other. Like if you're in A, you're not meant to go to B or C. And now that I've grown up, I actually understand this because it's like, what's the child loss? How you what we explain to their parents they went to B class to go and check something. Anyway, so but like when my dad comes to pick me up, I still used to go to her class to just go and be like, oh hi. So I was still trying to keep that friendship because I really loved our friendship. But then when we entered the next class, we're now in the same class, and I was so excited. Like it's like God is just making everything work out. So I was so happy that we're in the same class. But then she was not like she didn't want to be my friend again, sort of. She now like had a new best friend. She now had a new best friend, and I just had to. It was painful, but I had to learn how to get over it. I think that's when I started learning my words at a very early age. Yeah, so I learned how to like just get over it. And like the person she was best friends with now, was she was very intelligent and smart, and she was very good at spelling. Like she would literally be like the first in spelling whenever they do spelling like tests and stuff like that. And I was terrible at spelling. Still am sort of. You know when it's like, okay, I can't compete. so so I just had to like move on. But then something happened. Okay, I now got another best friend, but that wasn't really like wasn't the way it was, you get. Because this other best friend, like I've always been a very quiet person, and then she was also quiet. But then this new best friend was like all over the place. Like during break time, she wants to go and see her uncle. She wants to go and see this one. She wants to go and buy that one, and then she's running all over the place. And then I'm just standing there like,
That feeling, right? You know, I did have a friend in primary school too,
Mhm.
right? But you asked about my first friendship fallout, which was why I narrated the other one. But I did have a friend in primary school. We were quite close, not even quite, very close.
Mhm.
You would see us everywhere in primary school because I left primary school in primary four.
Mm.
And we said we were going to go to the same secondary school.
Mm.
She had already told her parents had accepted. We're like, we're looking forward to, and then she didn't get into that secondary school. And that's another point we'll discuss. But distance,
Oh yes, it's true. Okay.
distance also
Like,
causes fallouts
yeah.
because it's harder. When there's distance in friendship, that's when you understand that communication is a must.
Yeah.
And when there's no communication, that much communication,
Yes, I think it's something you have to be intentional about because I have friends I went to secondary school with, but then we don't go to the same university, and I have to like from time to time check up on them because if you're just like, let me be on my own now, and they're doing fine, like before you know, the friendship will like fizzle out. So it has to be something you're intentional about. Like, I need to keep this friendship, so like from time to time, you're checking up on them and finding out how they are doing and all of those things. But I doubt you guys had phones then, so.
no, we didn't. We didn't, right?
Yeah.
And I think a core memory of her actually wanting to check up on me that I can remember was her coming to my secondary school as at then one of my visiting days. I think she was on midterm and mine hadn't gone on midterm yet.
Okay.
So she came with her parents for my visiting day,
Day.
and I could feel how excited I was. But that's like the core memory I have, but at the same time, I feel like I was partly at fault. I still struggle with communication issues anyway. And when I'm at home, when I was at home, I felt like that friendship wouldn't have ended if I had just, gone to see her, visited, or, just checked up, right?
Mhm.
But I've always had this thing of being in my own top, just being by myself. So when I think about that, I feel like I had a huge part to play
Yeah.
in that fallout, right?
Mhm. Yeah. So I not finished that my story, that my primary school story. So something happened, right? Um, I'll just say one day. Like this time we're almost about to leave the class. Like when I think year two then. Because it wasn't like primary one, but it was year two, year one, year two, year three. So in year two, I think it was third term. So one day she just came out of the blues and said she missed our friendship and she wanted us to be friends again.
Oh,
And you could imagine how happy I was. Like, finally, I'm going to get my best friend back. And then like for a while, like she was actually like, coming around and like we're friends and everything. For one day, she just switched up. And then guess what I found out? She actually planned with her new best friend to like just create that whole scenario of like her coming back to be my friend and then now going back and be like, I was just joking. I didn't actually want to be your friend again. So mean. It's like, "So what did I do to you? I was on my own. First of all, you left me, and then I went to go and stay on my own and mind my business. You know,
like that's wickedness. How for you mind to be able to conceive that?
I keep thinking about we're like 4 or 5. Why did you do something like that? But then I got my revenge.
Oh,
So there was this thing in my primary school where like we had this teacher.
okay.
He was our ethics teacher, and he wanted to be the not like he wanted to be the headmaster, but he was always acting like the headmaster, like was a busybody teacher like that. Still get so he now made this rule that like because we had a hall where we used to do our assembly, and there's like an entrance from the front and the back and the back. So he was like, people should not come from the front; they should come from the back because the front is like a shortcut,
Okay.
and also you shouldn't run when you're going to the hall. You should walk in a straight line. And we're in primary school, so we used to fight for like the first person to reach the hall. So this fateful day, her and like her best friend now like they now use the front side and then they ran, so they broke the rule. But I, as a law abiding citizen, I walked and I used the back side. So they arrived before me, and then when they arrived, I was not like I and like my other friends were not like, no, you guys cheated. Da, 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 da. Oh, I forgot to tell you something. Prior to that, um, like it was during exam period. So her best friend, she didn't bring her notes, one of her notes, because we're reading. And I had already read the day before. I had done revisions the day before, so I didn't need to read that morning again. So she now asked me if she could use my notes, and then I was like, oh yeah, no problem. I give it to her. So when that stuff happened, and then she was not fighting with me, I was not like, you're fighting with someone that gave you notes, but I didn't tell her yet. And the crazy thing, I actually wouldn't have thought of that. I actually learned it from my brother. Like whenever he does something that, like whenever I do something that annoys him, he'll be like, how do I put it? Like he will withdraw a favor or something like that.
Oh,
It's not a good
okay.
thing. Like I don't
Actually,
advise,
it's
don't do
not.
that, please. Now that I've grown up, I know you shouldn't do that. But I learned it as I was small like that. And then when it was now like when we now got back to the class, I was not like, I want to read. She was not like, oh, you know what? She was not like, but like, I already collected the book from you. I told you I want to read. I was like, no, I want to read. Like, I want to read. And then she was not like, I'm like, how do I put it? She was not like, but I want to use the book, da 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 da. So I went to go and meet our teacher and tell our teacher that I want to read. And she's using my book. I just, you've already read before. And I was like, do you want me to fail my exams? I want to read. I'm not proud of that now. That was actually not a nice thing to do, like no matter what.
Yeah.
Or do you think was it actually a bad thing to be fair, you cheated. You were not meant to run and you were not meant to use the front side. So why did you do it? But I just feel like if you want to, I don't believe in getting back at people. Sure. I don't like revenge.
I
But
believe that there's fire getting better.
I don't like revenge. I feel like it's unfulfilling, and I believe in karma a lot. So like whatever it is, I'll just leave it to God. But I feel like if you want to like, I feel like you can set a boundary sometimes, or you can do things sometimes to, like protect yourself. But if you want to do something, like let it be for a reasonable cause together. Let it be linked to what you're actually like, what your problem is.
To speak on that, right?
Mm.
I believe in karma too, right? Not like in the Bible, vengeance is of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
leave it to him.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some situations where I just need to, I just need to
Like you
pay
need to
back
do
money,
something.
right? I don't mean I would kill you or I would do
Mm-hmm.
something that would physically hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do something to you.
Like what?
Just like withdrawing a favor. Let me use that your life.
Well,
Like
see,
withdrawing a
see,
favor.
I actually get it because like there's something I used to say, and it's like when people want to lose you, let them lose you completely. Because some people want to eat their cake and have it. Like they want to do something bad to you, but then still have access to you and like
Exactly.
benefits from you. So it's like,
Okay.
okay, if you say you want to leave, then leave.
Then leave.
You want to go away,
I was
away.
contributing this to you. I will withdraw it.
Yes, I
I,
actually get
I will. I will take back what is mine. I leave you with it.
But I think what was bad of me or what was unfair for me was that I lied that I had actually.
Oh.
If I was older now and that happened, I would have actually left the book for her because it's not that deep. Like it's deep, but like I just wouldn't like. I feel like see, I would think about like she hasn't read. How is she going to pass her exams? And I have already read, and then I'm literally lied.
No, that responsibility doesn't fall on you because she was supposed to have her own notes.
Well, yeah, but she forgot, and
I'm not the one to
human.
make up for your forgetfulness. After what you thought in your mind to do to me, no, I'm getting that note back. I'm definitely getting it back. Definitely.
But like the crazy thing was that I now left the school after that class, so we didn't even get to like
Okay. Okay.
and like I kind of like we became friends again. Like I became cool with like her and her best friend and everything, and
I
then
mean,
but it was a happy ending.
I should go. You just forget some. Those are the petty ones like this. You just find
Yeah.
that it's not really worth that much mental space, right?
Yeah. So like there's how like forgiveness is always like preached a lot and it's like no matter what someone does to you, always forgive. Do you think it's like a necessity? Okay, before we get to forgiveness, okay, do you think communication is necessary? Like when you want to like separate yourself from someone, do you think you have to like tell them this is what you did and this is why I am distancing myself from you? Or could you just go ahead and be like, people know what they're doing?
Now, both of them come in different scenarios, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can decide to give you closure. Maybe I just see that okay, we are falling out. The distance, the whole, we're not really speaking as we used to.
Mm-hmm.
I can decide to okay, I don't think this is working anymore. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think okay, I want to keep being with friend.
Mm-hmm.
Or in situations where they did something that maybe you have talked about that you
A
don't
lot
like
of
the
time.
person doing this and the person continually does it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could, because you keep doing this thing, you have no regards for my feelings, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I want to be friends with you.
Mm-hmm.
You have communicated that you don't want to be friends with the person.
Mm-hmm.
But in a scenario where the person intentionally hurts you, the person knows that what
They're
the
hurting
person
you.
did is bad. And the person has not made any, what's the word, has not made any effort to reach out to either apologize or take accountability for the person's action. Why then will I give you
Mm-hmm. But then the question
that?
is, how do you know that they know that what they did is bad?
I'm not the one to teach you that. So grown up, you should know that this action hurt this person or what I did is not logically right. Or even if you don't know, but I feel like everybody feels in a certain kind of way, you feel like, okay, I have a part to play in this.
Mm-hmm.
Even though people just want to, okay, no, I don't know. They want to just claim like
Mm-hmm.
they don't really know what's happening. Majority of the time, they do know that they had a part to play, right? Why not come to take accountability for the part that you know you had to play in what actually happened? Now you hurt me terribly. You did something that is unspeakable, and then you are in your own bubble. You feel like, okay, I'm not supposed to address this. I would definitely not address it with you. We would go our separate ways.
Like we both act like we don't know what we are doing.
Exactly. Just act like, okay, we don't know what's going on here. No need for communication. They let me do my day.
Yeah, I didn't
Be
get that.
exactly. So, but I genuinely feel like communication is a must.
Like as a general rule,
As a
communicate,
general
then
rule,
exceptions.
communication is a must, but there are exceptions.
Exceptions.
Thank you. There are exceptions to that general rule
It's
because
like I saw this video where a girl like on TikTok, she was like, over the 5 past years, all of not all of our friendship, but like 5 of our friendships, if they had just told her what happened, like if they just told her what she did or communicated their grievances with her, like their friendships wouldn't have ended. But like then they didn't. And then like people were like, people who don't communicate are not like, how do I put it? Like it's like they're not mature enough. And then sometimes it's like they don't know how to like give graces. Like sometimes you have to like give people grace.
I would no Grace. I would come to that,
Mhm.
but she made that post saying they did not communicate. I have a question for her though. Did she try to reach out? Did
Yeah,
she make the
definitely.
effort to actually? Because people like to play the victim a lot.
Yeah.
So let's say that maybe you had a bigger percentage of the fault and you don't reach out. Okay, let's say you don't even know what you did.
Yeah, yeah.
What's going on? Why I've not spoken to you in 4 days or 5 days? What's going on? That would actually place pressure on the person to actually communicate.
And so
You don't do this, you don't
yeah.
do anything, and then you said 5 of your
Mm.
friendships ended. Five have actually ended because they did not. That is, you just sit on your throne. No, now, let's be honest, you just sit on your throne and then you just wait. Come to me, communicate your grievances, please. At least you have to actually.
I think like there's a fine line with saying people should communicate and just being manipulative sort of and not wanting to take accountability. Because like the first thing I think is like when like this whole communication thing, I think it stems from wanting to just remain friends with someone. Like if you love someone and you're like, oh, this person is my friend, I want us to continue this friendship. If anything happens, like it's not like somebody's telling you to communicate, you just know that you're supposed to communicate. For example, like if I invite you for an event and you do not come, do you get? I'm not meant to sit down and think, oh, am I meant to call her? Am I not meant to call her? I would just want to know, why did you not come? Like it's like that curiosity would be
But
there.
you see that it also falls on, except you were in a terrible motor accident
Mm,
or you lost a loved one that is a traumatic event.
mhm.
I feel like that scenario you gave, if you invite somebody for an event, the person knew that you were invited for this event. I feel like the burden of communication actually falls on the other person, not
Yeah.
on you.
Yes.
But I expect you to actually reach out to me. Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't come for this event. So so and so happened. Even if it's a lie at this point, just tell it. But just say something. You can't just not show up and
And
then
not
wait
say
for me to
anything.
reach out.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work that way.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, there's a burden of communication, yes, but naturally, like if you're friends with someone, you will not think of that burden. You will just want to communicate. Like the other person could think, oh, I've not come for this my friend's event. Let me call her. Do you get? And then you that's like you're the host. You could also think, oh, this my friend has not come. Let me call her. Do you get? So
Okay.
it just stems from that wanting to know why, like,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
I get that part.
yes,
I
it,
get that
it
part.
does come from that. So I feel like when you're waiting, like the person that actually has the burden is the person that missed the event. You're actually the one that's meant to call and be like, oh, I couldn't come because of so so and so. You're meant to give a reason before time. But when like you're sitting down and you're just waiting and you're going about their day, you're about your day, and then you're not waiting for the other person to come and tell you that they're angry about what you did.
Actually, a lot of people do that. Like it pisses me off. It
Like you
pisses me
did
off because
something, but
sometimes
you're waiting for me to
communication.
come and tell you that I'm angry at what you did before you now own up to it and be
Exactly.
like, oh, this what happened.
And then this whole scenario of
Mm, mm,
I now come, I pour out my
mm,
feelings to you. Ah,
mm.
you did this, it hurt me. I write a whole long ass paragraph telling you, what you did. I don't really appreciate it. This, that, that. The person now replies you with okay.
I don't think such person was. I don't think such person was even your friend to start with because
Experience. Let's just let's no, I don't really want they now reply you with okay. Like, not even complete the AY. They just put the okay capital letter. Okay, full stop. They want their full stop for good measures.
They probably did intentional.
Paragraphs. And then later on, in another friendship, you're not expecting that I will be that vulnerable enough to want to
Yeah,
come.
yeah. I get
That
that.
much?
I understand that.
Nah.
I also think there's this thing where like how do I put it? Like what would prompt me to communicate or what would make me want to communicate is if I feel like your response to the communication is going to be positive. Because if you're defensive, like if you're someone that's defensive or you don't take accountability for things that you do, I already know that by the time I'm going to go and tell you this thing, you're going to dodge it and say, "Oh, it's not my fault. Oh, is this one? Oh, is
That's
that one?
why
Oh, is
I
that one?"
genuinely feel like communication in a friendship or in any other situation, yeah, does not always have to end in reconciliation. You can just communicate where everybody has closure,
Yes, just have
happy
a peace of
ending,
mind. Like, oh,
happy
I've
ending,
sharp
right?
told you, yeah,
It doesn't always have to end in reconciliation. You guys don't always have to become friends again.
yes,
So I feel like mostly people want to communicate because they feel like there's still a chance that this might work out. And I don't fault them for that, right?
mm-hmm.
But the sooner they realize that communication is not only because you want to still be friends with this person, you can just communicate because you want to also get it off your mind,
Mm-hmm.
right? You also want to be on a clean slate
Mm-hmm.
with this person. And if you go with that mindset of it doesn't always have to end in reconciliation, it doesn't matter what the person says to you at that point. You just want to communicate, and whether the person takes accountability for what the person has done, you are not really burdened with that
Mm-hmm.
because you just came to express yourself and get it over with.
Yeah. Also, um, there are times when like someone does something, and let's say someone you've been friends with for a long time, and they do something or they do series of things, but then like on one part it could be that they made a mistake because everybody makes mistake. Another part it could be, is this person actually my friend or not? Do you get? Because it could be like, okay, this person made a mistake, or they are just around me, they are moving with me, but they don't actually care about this friendship at all. So sometimes also like that space of distance is just to like that space where you're not communicating, just to figure out
Okay.
like, okay,
I watched just a minute, please. I watched something on YouTube. There's this girl, and she was talking about this her friend that he fell out with, right?
mhm,
And when you talk about mistakes, that or say whether this person is actually your friend or if it was actually a mistake. Now see this scenario. You are this clean freak. You feel like any if someone's hand gets in your mouth, it's almost like they have introduced a ton of germs in your mouth.
mhm.
And even if you are eating biscuits, the last bit left in your finger, you throw it away because you feel like the germs from your finger has come in contact with it.
But why
Exactly.
do
That's how bad it is, right? And your friend, this your so-called friend actually knows
Mhm.
about it. And then she now makes the point of duty to taunt you by putting her finger in your mouth. The first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time.
For real?
And each time you go home and you have this big panic attack where you don't want to even leave the house.
Mhm.
You don't want to leave the house at all. You are just inside trying to get rid of these germs, right?
Mhm.
And you tell her, don't do that again. You know that I don't really like it.
Yeah.
The first time you tell her that, she still does it. Second time, third time, fourth time.
Mhm.
Is that actually a mistake?
And it's not a mistake, obviously, because she has done it over and over again, and she knows that you do not like it. So it's not a mistake.
You don't feel like that person
Like,
is even your friend to even begin with.
yeah, because I
Like
like
she deliberately does
there's some
not like
certain
you.
standards, like you know how like when they're teaching us elements of let me use thoughts, because yes, for someone to have the negligence, there must have
There
been
must have been a duty
duty
of
of
care.
care,
There
a
must
breach
be a breach of
of
that
that duty
duty
of
of
care, and
care,
then
and
damage
damages made.
arose. So it's the same thing with friendships. Like for you to be my friend, or for you to say that you're my friend, there are certain things that you must do, or there are certain ingredients of that friendship. For example, like if you're my friend, like you support me, you would be there for me, you would check up on me, you would um want to make me feel better if I'm sad or something like that. So when people do things sometimes, it's not even about whether they made a mistake or not. It's about, are you even my friend to start with?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think that also comes to play. So about forgiveness, you think it's necessary? We know that forgiveness is a virtue. Like if you forgive someone, you're a good person, all of that. But minus like your church mind, do you think forgiveness is necessary?
I feel like forgiveness is more for yourself than it is for the other person. It helps lighten the burden in your heart concerning it. But I also feel like forgiveness should not be rushed. It should be something that you should be able to sit with the pain of what had happened and then come to a conclusion that I want to forgive this person.
Yeah.
I want to let go of that hurt. Now, forgiveness does not necessarily mean that you have to get back with the person, that you need to be on talking terms with the person, or that you need to just be close to that person again. You forgive because of yourself, so you feel lighter.
Mm.
The forgiveness should be for yourself, and it should be something that is at your own pace. Nobody
Yeah.
should rush you into
Yeah.
forgiveness.
There's this thing where like it's a societal something. People like to rush forgiveness a lot. Someone does something to you and they're just like, oh, forgive the person, like you have to forgive. Like
And
it's not so
forgiveness
easy.
should not be rushed.
Yes,
You
it's
should,
not so
I feel
easy
like
to
even
just
if you do something to someone, the person can forgive you as at tomorrow. It's not really forgiveness at that point.
I think it
Yes,
depends
because
on like what
a
they
lot
did.
of analyzing, forgiveness comes with a lot of analyzing. A lot of you are supposed to sit with what had happened,
Yeah.
whether it's the pain, whether it's a hurtful situation, you're supposed to sit with it,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for a while, and then come to the conclusion that whether you get closure, whether you get accountability from this person,
Or
I'm
not.
just going to forgive, not for them, for me,
Mm-hmm.
so that I feel better with myself, so that I
Yeah.
don't carry this grudge or this heaviness from what had happened.
Yeah.
So forgiveness is for yourself more than it is for the other person.
And sometimes it could take like 5 years, 6 years, and it's still
It can,
okay.
as
It's
long as
still
it takes
okay.
you, there's no
Just like
timeline for
yes.
forgiveness at this point.
Like you might need to go over everything that happened over and over again for you to now be like, oh yeah, like I forgive this
I forgive
person.
this person, I just
Yeah.
want to let it go. Let
Hmm.
me just let go of it.
But like how about where there is room for reconciliation? Like how would you handle forgiveness where it's like there's still room for us to be friends?
It depends on the issues that require forgiveness. Now, there are some issues that you can't expect to have hurt me in such a way that maybe you made me cry in such a way that I found it difficult to breathe, or a kind of situation where you hurt me terribly that you know that this situation is bad, and then you expect that forgiveness will come easily to me. I feel like that's what a lot of people don't understand. The length at which someone takes to forgive you depends on how much you have hurt the person. Some hurts take longer time. If someone steps on you now, it's a hurt, oh, but the person like, okay, even if the person doesn't say sorry, it gets out of your mind. You're like, you give the person grace
Mm,
because it's something minute, right?
mm,
It's not really, really that big of a deal.
mm,
But someone does something, I'm looking for a scenario to give. Someone does something grave to you
mm,
and then expects that you wake up the next day from your bed and you're just like, I forgive you. Nah, it doesn't work that way. That's not true forgiveness at all.
I also think like like sometimes for you to forgive someone, you have to be like apart from them because like as you're seeing them, the anger is it's just
No,
increasing.
apart
Especially
from that, even if there's no anger in that situation, I feel like if you are close to them, then the forgiveness doesn't really come from you, from your heart at that point. Because if you are upset with someone or someone has hurt you and you are seeing the person every day, there's chance for anger to rise.
Mm.
But at the same time, it's almost like you are being compelled to move
Like
on
you just
quicker
have
than
to,
you should.
yes, like you just have to forgive them because
Like
we're
you
in the
just
same
have to
space.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now the forgiveness is rushed at that point. And forgiveness, I feel like forgiveness is not something that should be rushed. You're not supposed to talk to someone about the timeline for when the person should forgive you. People feel emotions on different levels. Something that I do to you and you just wave it off. You might do the same thing to me and it hurts me on a different frequency. That's why we are different people, different reaction to events, different emotions. So you don't expect that the same timeline it took for you to forgive someone for the same thing that the person did to you is going to take the person the same timeline. Doesn't work that way. People react differently to situations. They react differently to things that hurt them. So people should kill that habit of trying to dictate when people should forgive you. Allow a person to be able to sit with their thoughts, sit with their pain, and then come up with a valuable reason why they want to forgive you at that point. Because I know the Bible said forgive and forget, right? But at the same time, if the person also doesn't want to forgive you, you don't have to force it out of them. Allow them to forgive you on their own timeline, right? And I feel like forgiveness doesn't always have to end in reconciliation. I can forgive you and just not want to be in your space anymore. And forgive you and not even want to breathe the same air you breathe if it's possible. No, at this point.
Don't breathe, like you don't want to breathe the same air that they breathe. Then it's not really forgiveness. Like
No, it's
I feel like you
no.
should be okay with actually being in the same space. Not all the time, but like it's not like you see them and you're like, I want to go out from
You
here.
can be in the same. I mean, is I might not want to be. I can end up being, but it's not a
Yeah.
conscious effort that I want to be in your presence anymore. Forgiveness is not. What's the word that I even want to use? It doesn't mean that I want to be friends with you or good with you. I don't even want you to greet me when you pass by.
I actually get that. I get that because there's a way someone can do something that is very harmful to you. Like not even small wrongs. I'm talking about something that will literally hurt your nervous system.
It's
Like will throw you
that kind
off
of
balance.
words,
And
right?
just like, can you please stay one place and
Like
just
just
live your life like I don't exist?
that's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. And people actually confuse this because they'll be like, how can you say you're forgiving this person when you don't want to see them? I've forgiven you for the pain you have caused me, for myself, not even you. But I don't want to see you. I don't want to speak to you in my life anymore. I don't want to, if it's possible, I don't even want to breathe the same air as you. I'll repeat that statement. Mean that I've not forgiven you. I have.
Yeah, actually,
I have. But at that particular point, you are not someone I would want to have a conversation with anymore.
hmm
And
also when it comes to like forgiveness, I think forgiveness has been weaponized a lot. People usually place the burden on the person that has been offended than
exactly.
the offender. When it comes to reconciliation, it's something very important I want to say. When it comes to reconciliation, like if you actually intend on going back to that bond, even if you're not going back, like if you just want to be cordial to a point where like the person can say and be like, oh okay. If you intend on going back there, you need to like be able to restitute, like you need to be able to try to sort of payback for what you have done.
Okay.
And you need to put yourself in a state where you are in like you're humble and you're in true repentance. Like
Okay,
I'm
the
sorry
person
for
that
what I
hurt you,
did.
right?
Yes, person I hurt you. Like I'm sorry for what I did. I shouldn't have done it. I should be willing to accept whatever that person is offering you. Not really whatever per se, but like you should be humble to a point where you're like, okay, if this is what you want from me, then okay. I'm going to use an example because um like this perception I have is actually from the Bible, the prodigal son. So I was reading the prodigal son. It's one of my favorite stories in the Bible because like every time I read it, I gain a new perspective to something. And what I gained, like the last time I read it, a long time ago, sure, but the last time I read it was that sometimes people do not have the right attitude to repentance. Like when someone offends you, you do not have the right attitude to repentance. And we focus more on the person that has been offended than the offender. We should be focusing more on the offender than the person that has been offended. When the prodigal son, the story of the prodigal son, he left his father's house
Okay.
and asked for. I'm just recounting. We all know the story.
Yeah, yeah.
Asked for his own share of the property and all of those things, and then squandered the money and came back. When he decided to come back, he was in a state of true repentance. And he told his father, he didn't come to his father and say, "You have to
State me.
forgive me.
Yeah, put
I'm still
me.
your son. I'm
Exactly.
still
I'm
your
still your
blood."
son.
Come and say, "I've told you sorry. If you like here, if you like, don't here." He didn't come and say, "Must somebody beg you?" Like,
Must somebody beg you?
beg said, "I'm sorry." And he did not just apologize. He said, it's okay if he becomes one of his
Your
father's servants.
servant.
Like, he was ready to go low. You get?
Exactly.
But we don't see that today. Like, you would do something, you just apologize. Oh, I've said sorry now. If you like, yeah, if you like, don't get. Like, if someone doesn't forgive you after that, then you can't really blame the
You can't
person.
blame the person at this
And
point.
and even after that, he still did not get another um like his properties that he was meant to get for. Like, his father did not say, okay, let's forget the other one. He was like, he has taken the properties, he has taken the properties. You get?
Exactly.
So I should be able to, like, sort of be ready to pay for what you have done.
That's where accountability comes
Yes,
in.
like, be ready to pay for what you have done. Like, I'll use another example. It's like, let's say stealing from someone or stealing from your friend. Like, let's say you stole something from your friend and then they find out that you're the one that stole it. Or you even come by yourself and say, "I stole this thing from you." And then you just like, "Oh, I stole this. I'm sorry. Um I shouldn't have stolen it, right? Or I shouldn't have stolen it. I shouldn't have stolen it. I'm sorry." And then you just like go about your day like, "Oh, it's in the past now. My friend has forgiven me." What you're actually meant to do in that instance is return what you have stolen. Like, I stole this thing and returning it back.
That's
And if it has been
it can
damaged,
be returned.
yes, that's if it can be returned.
But if it's something that is buyable, you go and get it
Yes,
back
like,
and
if
give
it
to
is
the person.
damaged or something like that, you go and like buy another one and like you make up for it. That's what you make up for what you have done. But people do not try to make up for what they have done. There was also this time, like, some days ago, I watched this lady on TikTok. I love her videos. I think her name is Clara Edu or something like that on TikTok. She's a Christian creator and also a feminist. So like, I relate to her videos a lot. And she said that um when it comes to forgiveness, you should be able to, like, like, you could do something, God will forgive you, but you still suffer the consequences on earth. For instance, if you kill someone, you have apologized, you are sorry, you are remorseful, but you're meant to go to the police station and report yourself and serve the term that you are meant to serve and serve the term that you are meant to serve. And it's actually like that with God too. Like, when you do something bad or when you commit a sin, he actually disciplines you for that thing you
Exactly.
have done.
Then
He
why do you
disciplines,
feel like you can hurt someone and not have any?
he disciplines you, but then he gives you grace by still like being like, "Oh, regardless, you're still my child and you have salvation at the end of the day, but he will pay for what you did." He will still pay for what you did. And also, like, I think the reason why the Bible sort of preaches forgiveness more than it preaches like accountability, not really, but like it will look like the Bible is preaching forgiveness more, is because um I think being the person that forgives is better than being the offender, if you get what I mean. Like, if someone doesn't take accountability but you still forgive, you are still in the right. Right.
Okay.
But then if your heart is so hardened that you don't forgive the person, you could, like, the person could end up feeling downcasted. Like, if the person actually shows accountability,
Yeah.
the person could end up being like feeling so sad. And I don't know how to explain it, but I know there's this passage where like Paul talks about how you should forgive your Christian brothers because, like, so they don't end up feeling so isolated, like, oh, nobody.
Okay.
Like, let's say you have a group of friends and then someone does something bad and then they show true remorse, like they're sorry for what they did, but then you're still like, no, like, we want to kick you out of the group or something like that. It could make the person feel so isolated and even go back to that sin because now they don't have anybody to work with them. I think
Exactly.
that works better when they actually show accountability
When they
for
show
their,
remorse
yes, when they show
for their
remorse. But
action.
if they do not, then you need to be patient. So yeah. Also, like, sometimes you think you're giving, like, by giving someone grace, you're doing them a good thing, but you're just helping them to remain in the same state, like remain in a state where they cannot grow and become better persons. Because some people grow when they actually have the isolation period where they're like, oh, these are the consequences of my actions.
Exactly.
Next time,
They need to sit.
yes, like you need to know that yes, if you do this thing, this is what is going to happen. Because like for every action, there's a reaction. Like it's not rocket science. If you do this thing, someone is going to be hurt. They're not going to want to be friends with you again. Like
Exactly.
it's not a like something that was made up somewhere. It's natural. So you need to know that okay, for everything I do, there are consequences for that. And if you do not tell them that, they're just going to be moving with audacity. They'll keep doing that thing to everybody because they feel like they can always get what they want at the end of the day. They'll just come back and tell you a story, and then you'll be like, oh, I give you grace, I give you. And then, so I do feel like you need to like allow people to face the consequences sometimes so they can grow and learn and become better versions of themselves, like become better
Yeah.
versions of themselves. We have some friendship experiences here that we're going to talk about. And the first person is called Capri. She wants to be called Capri. Basically,
Okay.
the first person is Capri. And her friendship experience goes like this. I stepped away. It was a singular thing, but it meant a lot, and this person knew it. So I had like a dark eyelid, yeah, cause of itching my eyes due to an eye condition. And when I was younger, and it's something that has still not cleared. This friend, now ex-friend, knew of all the teasing from nursery and primary. One random day, I posted a picture, and her reply to it was, "This your black eye never still fade." I was in shock, like no,
Ah.
like no, you look good, or just hat and pass. She had to comment in such a way that even a stranger would have known was rude to comment. Anyways, I blocked her ASAP and have not spoken to her since then. Do you think it was a big deal though?
I feel like it was a big deal because I feel like the friend is a silent hater. Not even okay, let's be like, okay, maybe you are face to face with the person,
Mm.
or maybe you have reached that level of teasing where you can just tease the person and the person doesn't really take it to heart. But obviously, they have not gotten to that level,
Mm.
which means that she knew about how much trauma she had from primary school about this particular thing, and then she posts the picture, and you come to comment that.
Yes, I think it's also
Are you an
I
enemy
think
or
it's
a
also a big
friend?
deal because it's a health like condition, because of an eye condition she has. So you
Exactly.
know that it's something beyond her control, and you're still coming to come and
And then you are
tell
now
her
coming to, and then if you now ask her now, she'll just be like, I was just
I was
teasing her.
joking.
I was teasing
Yes,
her.
that's the thing. Like when it comes to jokes,
You
there are
joke,
sometimes that
you're not supposed to joke with someone's
yes,
insecurity.
like there's some jokes you shouldn't joke. There's some jokes you shouldn't make
You're
and
not
all of
supposed
that.
to make jokes of someone's insecurity,
Yeah.
especially when she has told you the details of it already.
Like she took
And
her
it's
time.
something that is not within her power.
Yes, like she took her time to like take pictures of herself, like despite the insecurity and
I
everything.
mean, if it was even a stranger, I
She
would have
took
even
pictures of
given that
herself
stranger grace
and
at that particular point. No, I would. But you are a friend that
yeah,
knows the details
yeah.
of why
And
it's like that. And then
she didn't even compliment the picture or anything. Like
not even,
just
you're not even supposed to even say that. At the, okay, even if you don't want to say anything, okay, just
yes.
scroll past.
I think the only time you should not compliment, you should comment on something like that is if you have a solution and you're commenting in a nice way, like in a way that shows that you actually want to help. Like, oh,
And
this your stuff, like
you
how
see,
far I found out this, you think it might help,
the
da, da,
thing about
da,
this thing is that I can assure you,
da.
I can bet on it
Mm.
that strangers did not even notice.
Yes, it's possible that she noticed
Strangers,
because it's possible that the friend noticed because it's something that she always talks about or something like that. Something that she has
exactly,
mentioned.
exactly. And it's something that maybe she has seen her face and the girl has talked about it. So now, anytime she sees the girl's face, her eyes are drawn there. But strangers would not notice that. And sometimes I feel like it's people that know us that is doing us. Because strangers would not notice that she has a dark eyelid.
Mm,
It's somebody that is close to her that I've heard her talk about it countless times.
mm,
Was the post on WhatsApp or TikTok? She did not
She
specify.
didn't specify. She also said this, and she also sent this dilemma. Yeah, sometimes I still think of this. My friend from church and also a family friend, she stayed with her uncle. That was how we knew ourselves, and we practically grew up together. School was what separated us, and along the line, she got pregnant. I learned about this from Facebook after she had given birth, and I messaged her with no reply. Our other friends knew, but nobody told me. I still sit and ask myself sometimes whether there was something I could have done different. But okay, whether there was something I could have done different. Did I not reach out to her enough? Was I too focused on school that I forgot my friend? It's a lot.
Yeah, I actually do feel like she did forget her friend. That's where communication comes in. She did not communicate. And I feel like the reason why she did not get a reply was not because the friend was upset at her. I feel
Mhm.
like the friend just felt a certain level of shame.
Are you sure?
I actually feel like it's not.
It's possible, but then like she didn't state her age. I think we'll start asking for ages because
I'm
for
just
like
going to
context.
assume that she's young.
Because if she's younger, it's possible that it's because of
It
shame.
might just be because of shame because she did not also specify that the friend got married and got pregnant. So at any age at all, there was no marriage specification. So
Okay.
the friend just got pregnant.
But you know that like all our other friends too, where's that part that says like our other friends knew but they didn't tell her about the child. Like it's like every other person knows that this person has given birth except you. And then you reach out and then the person still doesn't.
For everybody to know, and then you don't know, the fault comes from you.
I feel like we are even doing a worst case scenario. It could be that okay, yes, pregnancy is a lot, right?
Exactly.
So it's possible that she was just going through a lot, and
At that
she
particular,
just gave
that's why
birth.
I feel like
She's not probably not
that's
even
why I feel like
replying
the friend
anybody's
might not even
messages.
be upset at her. She might not just reply, maybe because she feels shame for what has happened, or she's just overwhelmed at that point.
Yes, I think like the like what she should do in this instance is probably reach out to her friend again. Like, okay, you reached out that time and you didn't get a reply. Reach out this time. Maybe she's in a different like state of
I
mind
feel like
now.
at this particular point, she should keep pride aside and actually want
Yes,
to reach
go
out. Let
back,
it be that
find out.
reach out,
Mm.
send the message, the
Call
friends, the call, the
email.
message again, drop an email, send a dove,
Send another friend to go and tell her. Actually.
and just try to reach out to her because
Yeah.
pregnancy is a lot and she might actually be going through a whole lot
Yeah.
at this point. So let me just point something out here. You know that her first message
Yeah.
that she said the friend commented on her eyelid. Those
Mm.
are the kind of situations that friendship fallout that don't require communication. Like how we earlier discussed, kind of ones that don't require communication, just block and move on because she knows that what she did was not right.
Her name is Queen of Detachment. So
Okay.
this is her experience. I was a teenager. It's quite long though. I was a
No problem.
teenager who struggled with built up low self-esteem. Of course, I didn't recognize it and was still acting out in various ways. I had friends in church who contributed a lot to this low self-esteem by the way they lived. By the way they lived. These people should be adding punctuation marks to these things like comma, full stop, and the rest. By the way they lived, the schools they attended, and they made hair while I cut mine. They knew all the popular people, and popular people knew them. I had this one friend who was closer to me out of all of them, or so I thought. Let's call her B. We were initially a trio, myself, B, and E. E one day woke up and wouldn't want to sit with us in children's church for lessons or join us in our stupid jokes or talk to us. I didn't understand her new actions, not knowing myself could join them in the solo thing. LMAO, what is this? What does okay? Laughing my
Laughing
ass
my
out.
ass out.
Okay. To cut the long story short, my dad died in 2021, and B never called me, texted me, or came to my house. It was so hurtful because even people I didn't expect did. That's when the putting her on the pedestal stopped. My leg touched grass because my support system just left the earth, and I was realizing how little I meant to this babe and how superficial our friendship was to her. Meanwhile, I was taking it deep. Anyway, when I returned to church, I started minding my business and growing my confidence outside of hanging out with the cool kids. Eventually, I texted her about how hot I was, and her dumb excuse was that she didn't know what to do. LOL, na she sabi. You know what? I think there are people that just somehow you're like
It's
this person is
a
just a
tough
somehow
one.
person.
It's a tough one, but somehow I want to see it from this point of view, right? But at the same time, I don't really think she has an excuse. But not knowing what to say to a grieving person
It's normal, yeah.
is actually normal.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes,
Especially if you
like,
have not
I don't even
experienced it
know how
before.
to
Like, where do I start
console you.
from?
Like,
Yeah.
what do I say? You are scared of saying the wrong thing, but you also want to say something.
Yes.
But I will also blame B because you should have just said something. You don't have to say anything.
You
You
don't
should
say
have just
anything. Like,
visited.
please let me come around, or
Just sit with her.
just be like, how are you? Something. You know, it's also
Or
tricky when you
just
ask
sit
for
with her
because
in silence
yeah.
at that particular point. You don't really need to say anything to her. She was grieving since you did not know what to say,
What
right?
if like they were okay? What if okay? Let's say it's another scenario. What if you're not in close proximity with the person? Yeah, I
Then
guess
just
not
check up.
like how are you? How are you?
How are you?
They now say I'm not fine. What do you say? when, you, when you say like, oh, it gets better, how do you know it gets better?
Nah, you're not even supposed to say that to someone.
You just like got to comfort you. Okay.
Maybe, but at that point, that question, but she has no excuse. She should have just reached out.
Yeah.
Really has no excuse. She should have just,
I
how are
also
you?
feel like
Something.
it's also possible that she just wasn't like she didn't really like the friendship as much. You get like she wasn't so deep into the friendship as much.
Then she's not really a good person because you don't have to be friends
Yeah.
with someone to send your condolences. The person is grieving. You don't have to be close to the person. It's a very difficult moment for the person. You don't have to be friends with this person to actually express, you know,
Yes.
some certain level of like at that point, if she actually felt like the friendship was not worth it or anything, and so because of that she did not reach out or anything, that makes her, I don't think that makes her a bad person, please. I'm just going to say it that way because this girl was grieving.
Yes.
Our support system just left the earth. Like she'll never see him, speak to him. Maybe even you don't even know how she's going to cope financially at that point.
Yeah.
And then because the friendship did not mean anything to you, you did not even reach out.
But I think that's like one of the situations where like later on in life you just grow and then realize that oh this thing I did wasn't so nice. Like as you're growing up you become more mature and then you handle such
Yeah,
situations
but at
better.
the same time, the person you did it to will not forget it.
Yeah. Word and it's valid.
And it's valid for her not to forget it.
So I have some scenarios that you're going to tell me if it's witchcraft or valid.
Okay.
So let's say you're a makeup artist
Okay.
and you have this very close friend
Okay.
and you're a good makeup artist, settled. And you've been doing her makeup for her ever since. And then it's her wedding, like her wedding is approaching, and then you like in your head, you're going to be the one to have bridal makeup artist. You're even asking her questions, oh, this look, that, and she's not just saying anything. And then you're part of her Ashrabi girls also. She also wants you to be Ashrabi. But then as the wedding approaches, you now figure out that she booked someone else. That she booked someone else to be her makeup artist. So you did not go for her wedding. Do you think it's valid or it's witchcraft?
Oh, that's what. Now, this whole scenario of people saying that you don't owe your friends anything, it's a big lie because you actually owe them some certain level of support.
Mm-hmm.
You have been doing your makeup with her over and over and over and over again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means that you did the first time, you liked the outcome, you did it the second time.
Sometimes it was free also. So what is like, okay, I can come to you for free makeup because I know I don't have to pay.
But
If
when
I have the money, I'm not coming to you because I
then
know you
it's
like
witch,
the
then you are a witch. You are a witch at this point. You go because oh, let's be honest. Because seeing it from that point of view, you are a witch. So it's good that I can do free things for you, but I can't get your money. And the thing is that if she had actually met this her friend, she would have done it for her at a discounted price. right? Because it's her friend's wedding. But she just went ahead to want to give it to someone else.
Yeah.
Why? And she's
But
on
you
your
know that okay, let's go to this topic of patronizing your friends. What if like in another scenario, what if your friend is not so good at what they do? Or they are good, but then like you know that it's because this person is my friend, I'm not really going to care about professionalism. I'm not really going to care about professionalism and all of that. Like, would you still say support your friend?
yeah, well, if the person's work is not good, I can excuse you. It's a very important day of your life. So it's okay that you want something good, something very nice, for an important day of your life, right? But at the same time, consider this your friend's feelings at that point.
Let's go to another scenario. You are friends with this babe, you've been very close, you do everything together, you go everywhere together, and then suddenly this your other friend starts hanging out with another friend, and then like it's like you're being replaced as a best friend, and then you're just kept aside. So you like you talk to your friend about it, and your friend is like, we can all be friends, that's the three of you, but like you're like, no, you have to be my friend alone or nothing. So you now try to sabotage the friendship and start lying about this new friend.
Oh, oh,
It's not lying about this new person. The friendship can break off. Valid or witchcraft.
just to put it out there, just to put it out there, right? I don't share my friends. I'm very jealous.
Unhealthy.
What is
Yes,
healthy
I
about
think
it?
it's unhealthy to not want to share your friends.
No, I don't share unhealthy, healthy notes. Please. What is mine is mine.
I think
Because no matter how you want to put it, once there's another person in the picture, the attention
oh, you
divides.
very relationship.
It's not, but
It's
still,
friendship.
it's still, you can have school friends and maybe friends on your street or something, but I have a title in your life as maybe your best friend or your closest friend. I'm not going to share that with anybody. I don't want to share that closeness with anybody. It's for just me and you,
So it's bad.
right? No, her trying to sabotage the friendship. I don't accept with that.
So
You don't
witchcraft.
try to just bring somebody's image simply because you are jealous. You don't try to soil someone's image because you are jealous. I don't accept with that, right? I don't accept with that at all. And her also refusing to be part of the trial is because majority of the time they don't really
Yes, it doesn't
work.
work.
One tools are always closer and then one is left
Yeah.
out, right?
Mhm.
So I can understand her not wanting to be part of it, but if she did not want to be part of it and she had tried to communicate, she would have just walked away with her integrity intact,
Exactly.
not try to create the other girl in a bad light.
So witchcraft. So the last
Which one
scenario.
can valid? Let's just share it in between.
Last scenario, you broke up with your friend. You broke up with your friend because she started cheating on her fiance with her gym instructor.
Valid. Pretty valid. Very valid because I feel like at that point, if it's something that you don't do, something
Yeah,
that
like
is
you
not
have your own personal
because friendships actually are you come together with someone to be friends with because people have certain values that you share.
yes.
So if there are certain values and cheating is not one of them because there's people that are cheating in their values. I'm just going to and cheating is not one of them. And then all of a sudden, your fiance, you are cheating on him. I won't be the person to hold that kind of information. I won't hold it for you. No, please. So it's better that we just go our separate ways. Maybe if I've tried to talk to you and you still insist that no, you must still keep doing this thing, I'm going to leave you to whatever comes out of it. I'm not going to keep shielding you or because when that kind of thing starts happening, you will not be required to lie, cover up for this said friend. I'm not going to do that for you because I expect you to actually be loyal and keep it together. Exactly, keep it together. So,
Okay. So those scenarios we actually got it from TikTok. They're real life scenarios, by the way.
oh,
We got it from
okay.
TikTok. So thank you guys for listening, and we hope to see you next time. I remain JB Joandasi, and
Mimi,
bye.
bye.
You don't have to rack your brain thinking of the perfect gifts to give to the people you care about because perfect treats exist already. Perfect Treats is more than a bakery, it's a full gift and a surprise brand for celebrations, cakes, mini cakes, surprise boxes, gift boxes, room decor, and the rest. They help turn your love into an experience. Their gifts are thoughtful, their treats are beautiful, their cakes are delicious, and their prices are structured to fit your different budgets. So if you're looking for a pastry brand in Calabar, a place where you can get your cakes and all of the stuff, please contact Perfect Treats. They are perfect, as the name implies. You know that feeling when you walk into a room and everyone just knows that it's you. That purse, that glance, that presence. That's what you get with Chebes Touch. Chebes Touch is a perfume brand that understands that scent is not just fragrance, it's identity. They create perfumes that match your personality, your vibe, and the version of yourself that you want to present to the world. So you don't just smell good, you smell like who you are, who you're becoming. If you're looking for a perfect brand to get perfumes, please reach out to Chebes Touch because they have everything you need. Thank you.